Hey,
guys!
welcome back.
I forgot how to do the whole intro.
We are back with season. Is this season 4? This is season 4.
Season 3 or 4?
I don't know.
And now I'm hesitating.
I think it's season 4.
Whatever season it is, we're back.
It'll say whatever you guys are watching it on,
Yeah.
but I'll have to figure that out in editing, I guess.
I know, my bad.
But welcome. I know it's episode 1 of whatever season
I
we're
know.
on.
Welcome back to From Blended to Besties.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. She's back.
Copyrighted. Damn it.
Immediately.
I love that for us.
We're back, guys. We took a break for the holidays, and then it turned out to be a spring break up until summer.
Yeah. I feel so bad. It was supposed to be like a month break. I think it was like a Christmas break we were supposed to be doing, right? Like something with the holidays.
Well, we just wanted to take the holidays
to enjoy
off.
them.
We were on vacation too. We went to Georgia.
On vacation, living our best lives. And then when we came back, we all got sick. So we're like, yeah, we can't do this right now.
We stayed sick. We were trading it off for months.
And then trying to play catch up. And we're like, we'll just wait. And then you guys are like, when is the podcast coming back? So we're like, damn, we got to get on this. So
I know. And then we just had back to back. Well, what did we do? We were in...
Girl, we had back-to-back shit. Like, I feel like we were all over the place. We were freaking
Virginia.
Las Vegas, Virgin Voyages, Las Vegas twice.
We were
Virginia.
We were in Virginia.
We went to
Georgia. You went to New York.
We were traveling.
We were all over the place.
Yeah.
Like at one point it was like every single weekend.
Yeah.
We were doing something, or we were sick. There was no in between.
Or we had like events in like Tampa Bay.
Lots of events.
It was a hot mess.
That was great. It was a good time. It flew by. I cannot believe the kids are out of school in 2 weeks.
I know. 2 more weeks until it's summer vacation.
I'm not ready.
Neither am I.
I cannot believe that this is already happening. I was just talking to my dad about it yesterday.
I just love how I told myself, I was like, in the new year, I'm going to start working out and get fit. And by the summertime, I'm going to be like snatched. And I'm like, damn, it's going to be June.
Summer is here. It's, God, it's...
I ran out of time.
It's here. We were working out for a hot minute.
We did.
For like a month.
No, that was really great. And then I got sick and then gave that up. And then we went on Virgin Voyages and ate as much as we could. And then... Yeah,
shout out to Virgin Voyages for, sponsoring us and letting us go on a cruise. I love how everyone was like, so it's just you guys going?
I know.
Yes. Where are your husbands? No, they're watching the kids.
It was so much fun, though. I highly recommend it. Y'all need to go on Virgin Voyages cruise.
I know. We had such a blast. We went immediately and bought personal cruises. Like, I'm going with my husband in June. She's going this week with Mike.
It was honestly a blast. So much fun. So much to do. I think we almost cried at the fact that we had to leave. And it was a 5-day cruise. Like, you would think that we would be like, this is too much. We want to go home. No, I was not ready to go home.
Yeah, if it wasn't for me getting sick, I got, like, really motion sickness. Or seasick, whatever it is. Well, it's just motion sickness because I've been getting sick from everything. But we'll talk about that in the next podcast. But
I would have given sneak peeks to the next one. I just got it. I know no one else did, but I did.
I know. Yeah, it was such a blast, guys. Like, it was so much fun. And now I feel like our next cruise that we go on, like when you go with Mike, you're gonna be like a little seasoned veteran. And I'm gonna be like that with Travis. Like, we're gonna be like, because we know what to expect now, and we know like what we want to do and the things that we didn't get to do. Like,
that's the thing. Excited. The things that we didn't get to do, it's so much fun because now we're looking forward to like new things. And then on top of that, we had an issue on our cruise, like, which is why we got so seasick, trying to like haul ass back to the U.S. before we went to the Bahamas. Like, we're not going to have that this time, so maybe it's going to be a better experience than being like, damn, we feel like shit.
That is true.
So, because apparently when a boat has to speed back, it feels horrible.
They had a medical issue on our cruise, and we had to make a stop in Miami at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And then they had to rush back to the Bahamas. And you felt it. Like,
the boat was rocking, like, really hard.
It woke us up in the middle of the night, remember?
Yeah. It was not a fun time. It was, oof.
My God. But I was already feeling like that kind of beforehand. Not as bad, but it was, it was such a great time, though. Like, I am so excited to go back. Travis and I talk about it every single day because he's only been on one cruise. And that was, like, when he was way younger.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. I've already been on 2 and I'm
Your season, you're like, I know all things cruises now.
Never been on a cruise with him.
But even with the 2 that you've been on, you can see night and day the difference
Oh,
between
yeah.
like that. Like, and I feel bad that it's like an adult only cruise, so it's like we can only go and the kids can't go. But at the same time, like yes,
Yeah,
like,
there's no
that
kids.
feels that I think that makes the experience so much better.
No, especially going on a cruise. Like when we first went on the first cruise, Tiffany and I actually did we have a podcast where we talked about it? I don't know.
I don't know.
But we went on a cruise. It was me, her mom, and her stepmom, and there were kids all over it. And it was just
Yeah.
kind of like, like we didn't even go near the pool really
Mhm.
because, well, we did go to the pool, but we went to like the adult only pool.
Yeah. Yeah, we specifically went to the adult only
Yeah, because the
side.
kids, I love kids, but the kids will be kids,
Yeah.
and the parents are trying to relax too, so they're not really watching their kids, and
Yeah.
it just made the experience like meh. But this one without the kids was amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, that first cruise was fun, but I feel like we
Mhm.
didn't really do a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it was just kind of relaxing or trying to find stuff to do.
And we didn't have our kids either,
Yeah.
so we were trying to do more adult stuff,
And there
but
wasn't much.
yeah.
But I feel like Virgin Voyages, we were running out of time to do stuff. Like, we were
Yeah.
literally running back to the room to change, to run out, to go do
Get
like, our
ready, and
plans.
yeah, it was a blast, and even with how busy we were, like, we made it a point to do activity,
Mhm.
we still didn't have time to do all the
I
activities.
know.
And I
I
wish
miss
we
it.
would
That's
have.
so
I know, I'm
exciting.
so excited, but I would love to take the kids on a Disney cruise. Just putting that
Oh,
out
that's
there,
the next one.
because I feel like that one, like,
That's a
everyone has kids,
that's gonna
and
be a whole different experience. So that's not like a Carnival's a party cruise. Royal's
Mhm.
like a I don't know,
Like
everyone
an
everything
elevated, fancier
cruise.
cruise, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been on
It's
Royal,
like
but
Disney World on a ship.
I know I'm gonna be so excited. I really wanna take the kids because I know they're gonna, but I'll be in a different mindset too. I'll be in, like, family mindset, not like,
But
you
what
know
would you be looking forward most to?
and that's the thing is, like, I would like to say, like, everyone, you get all you can eat on a cruise, and that's the whole thing, is, like, that's what I've always heard about cruises, is,
Mhm.
"Oh, the food, the food." I don't know because I don't know how good their food is, like, Virgin's food was chef's kiss, it was so good.
Mhm.
Carnival's food was like,
Meh.
"Meh."
It needed salt and pepper, but that's
I
excessive.
know. I don't know, like, I don't know what I would be excited about.
So they did on their Instagram, they did like a preview of all their desserts, and I've never been more excited.
Disney?
Yeah.
Really? I bet you it's cute.
It's cute, like the way they make the stuff because it looks very whimsical. But I mean, the desserts that they have to offer, they're not just like it's not like chocolate cake or like
Mhm.
a cookie. Like it's like unique desserts or like
Mm.
desserts that you don't normally get, like a baked Alaska. Like where the hell do you
Mm.
get a baked Alaska
Virgin
from?
Voyages.
Like that type of stuff that I'm super super
Yeah.
excited about.
I think I'm
The
just most
food.
excited, yeah, I'm just most excited to share that with the kids because we
Yeah.
don't really go on, like, a lot of if we go on vacation, it's like a staycation just because it's expensive to
Yeah.
take a family of 6 on a plane or anything like that.
And I think it's gonna be like a little more unique because Disney World's outside, so it's always hot. But like
Mhm.
to be on the boat and do like the character interactions and stuff like on the boat where it's not gonna be as hot. Because I'm sure they're gonna put it in buildings. Like you're gonna have Mickey and Minnie on the deck sweating,
I don't
saying
know,
hi to
they
you.
have 'em out at Disney World like that.
But I feel like I've seen all the pictures, like the cruise pictures, they're always in somewhere. Like
Mm.
somewhere they're gonna be going around like
Could
while
you
you're
imagine?
eating.
Remember how windy it was? Girl, could you imagine Mickey Mouse out there? Like,
They lose the head.
oh my god.
That'd be so cute. Like we're on Virgin Voyages and we're like, there's the mini head we lost 2 months ago. It's in the water now.
I know. Oh, no, I'm so excited about that. You know what else I'm really excited about that we've been talking about a lot? Um, Travis and I. The Keys. We're going to the Keys in June.
Yeah, I like the Keys.
I've never been.
It's a lot of fun. It's the worst drive ever. I think people don't understand. First of all, if you've never been to Florida, you don't understand what it's like to go from like the top of Florida to anywhere else in Florida.
Mhm.
It's a long ass
Like,
drive.
people think that, like, if you're not from here, you're like, "Oh," because people are shocked that I've never been to the Keys. Like, "Oh, but you live in Florida." And I'm like, "Yeah, where I live," well, we live in the Tampa Bay area, like, next to Clearwater. It's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
I could drive to Tennessee almost, or the top of Georgia quicker than I could drive to the
Yeah.
Florida Keys where I live in Florida.
It's so far. I mean,
Yeah.
even when you're traveling, every time we like go from like let's say New York to Florida, like every state that you hit, you're in it for 2, maybe 3 hours. When you hit Florida, you're in Florida for like a good 6 hours before you're even
Mhm.
home. So it sucks. And the Keys is so far. There's nothing to see when you're driving to the Keys. It's
Yeah.
boring as hell. So the drive sucks, but once you get there, it's really, really pretty.
Yeah, once you get to the start of because that's a whole thing too, like the start of the Keys
You still
versus
got a
Key
few hours to
West.
go.
Yeah. So when you get what's the first island there?
I don't know if it's Key Largo?
It's Key Largo. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you start in Key Largo, and then you have to go through
Yeah.
Alamorada, you have to go to
I don't know what all the key names.
No, there's one
There's a sign, I think, I can't remember, but it's like,
yeah.
"Welcome to the Keys," you're going to the Keys,
You're not
and then
go and
there's
then
several
Key West is
keys.
all the way at
Yeah.
the end, and that's like 4 hours that you're
Mhm.
but that drive is beautiful.
It's scary too, I don't know I was gonna say, I don't know if you've seen it or not, you haven't.
I've been
You
to
can see water from
Alamorada.
both sides
Yeah,
when you're going through.
we went down there. I say I've never been to the Keys because I've never, like, spent time there. Like, we drove down there. We went to Alamorada, which I think is, like, the 2nd, island,
The second key.
the 2nd key. We drove down there. We were literally there for a wedding
Yeah.
where we were in, like, a little thing, and then we drove home. So I didn't
Mhm.
get to spend any time down in the Keys, which is why I don't really count it. But, yeah, like, I remember driving down there, and I was like, "Dang, this is gorgeous."
There's a Key West ghost tour that I remember taking with my mom, and I remember maybe now, obviously, I'm gonna know that it's like it is what it is or whatever, but I was terrified.
Really?
Terrified was cute, like because you got to explore. I believe it's in Old Key West, if I'm mistaken, and I'm not gonna like ruin it because there's certain characters in the ghost tour that you have to see, but there was just certain things in the ghost tour that I was just like, I'm not gonna sleep.
Really? I would never do one of those ghost tours. That's a no for
No, it was
me.
actually it was a lot of fun. I mean, as a kid, my mom loves that type of stuff,
You
but
were
it
a
was
child?
I was a child. Girl, I was how old was I? I don't know. I can't tell you. I was a child. There was other children's in the ghost store. I mean, it's family friendly. You're not going into anything. You're
Oh,
outside the whole
okay.
entire time. But there's like things you look in the window to look for and stuff. Nothing's moving. Nothing is scary. It's like maybe like if there's like a plush or a stuffed animal or whatever, and like it tells about the story of like what the stuffed animal has done or whatever. But
What did the stuffed animal
I'll like
do?
stare at it and I'm like, did he move? Did he look at me? Is he
These stuffed animals are going around doing stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, the like stuffed animal. And then here's the kicker, guys. You can get the same stuffed animal at the
Oh,
gift
no,
shop.
absolutely not. No.
In case you
Absolutely
want to
not.
traumatize your kids. Can you imagine if you were like
No.
a fucked up parent, like your kids pissed you off or something, and you like buy it secretly, and then like in the middle of the night, like boom.
No. Oh my
You don't
god.
want to do good in school? Look who's here to visit you.
Oh my god. Absolutely not. Get one of like those little voice boxes in there that are like remote controlled and have it talk to them in the middle of the night. I see you.
That was my favorite. I think that was my
No.
first girls tour was as a kid, and I remember those specific dolls specifically, and
Absolutely
then you
not.
could buy it at the end. It was just it's the
No.
most fucked up part, but it was my
It's a
favorite
no
part.
for me. I don't do scary like that. It's no.
Neither do I, girl.
I don't.
I
Mm-mm.
think that's probably why I'm so afraid because my mom loves so many like scary things, and I'm so
But
like
your mom, it's so funny, like that your mom loves Halloween and scary things, but she's also like, hold your crystals.
I have to talk to her about that.
I
'Cause I
know.
don't really get the fascination and the
I know.
protection. I have no idea.
And, yeah, she's obsessed, but at the same time, she's like,
I know.
yeah, evil eye.
She cracks me up.
Hold your crystals.
No, for real.
Speaking of, I'm gonna need to get a crystal from her before I go on the cruise, but that's
Speaking
besides
of that,
the point.
did I get a new evil eye? I can't
No, you
remember.
didn't.
Y'all, my mom got me a crystal, my
An
bad,
evil eye.
an evil eye to protect
Hmm.
me. And if you guys are Hispanic, or maybe it's not a Hispanic thing too, I'm not quite sure. It's supposed to protect you from like bad things, bad juju or whatever. My evil eye broke, and I've
It was right
never.
before we went somewhere.
Uh,
Was it?
Georgia? No. Virginia?
No.
No.
We were going somewhere, and I remember it was the day before we were leaving. Was it the cruise? No, it wasn't the cruise. The evil eye was already gone for the cruise.
I don't remember. No, yeah, because I had the crystals on the cruise.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
where it
had the
was.
crystals on the cruise.
I did remember. I took a picture. I don't remember what it was.
It was something we were going on a plane somewhere, I wanna say. It wasn't Vegas. I don't know, we were going somewhere. Maybe it was Virginia, and your evil eye broke.
Yeah, it might be that.
And
Yeah,
she was
and
like,
it
"God damn
broke.
it!" She sent me a picture.
I never been so no, I was
She's like, "Don't tell my
scared because it
mom!"
was like one thing for it to break and be like, oh, like it's whatever. Because I don't really believe in superstitions. So I wasn't even phased when she gave it to me. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, I have it. But when it just broke out of nowhere, it didn't break out of nowhere. I dropped it. Let me emphasize that. I dropped it on the floor. So it like broke and shattered and stuff. But I was just like, what does this mean? I called Megan first. I was like, is this a sign? What am I gonna do?
She was
I
like,
was
"Don't tell
oh
my
my
mom."
God.
I think it was were you guys going to New York? I don't it was right before we were going on, like, a trip somewhere, so your mom
Yeah.
would have freaked out. She would have been like, "It's a
I know,
sign!"
I was so scared. I was scared to call her, and I was like, "What do I have to do now?" Like,
I know.
I was terrified, but all things worked out. I
Mhm.
got crystals now, so we're
Yeah,
good.
we got the crystals, she's still alive, nothing's happened, we're still all good over here. Um, What else? I mean, we've just oh my god, guys, like, we have been so busy, blessed, very, very grateful that, we've been so busy, but
While we enjoyed Virgin Voyages, we did not really enjoy Las Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah, I feel like we just hyped Vegas up in our heads because, you hear all these stories and stuff, and
I agree with you because I think as soon as the plane
we
landed, I was like,
romanticized
meh.
Vegas. Yeah.
It didn't. People were saying like Vegas is so bright, like you think it's still daytime at nighttime. Remember when people
Mhm.
were saying that? I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be super bright, full of lights. Everything's gonna be everywhere, so close. Like we're not gonna know what to do. And we like
Yeah.
landed, and we're like,
This is
eh.
not we romanticized it heavy in our
Mm-hmm.
head, and I, for some reason, thought it was gonna be like New
New York.
York. Yeah, where everything was walkable, where, people were out all the time, which people were out all the time, but oh my god, just it was very, like, I don't know if it's just a Florida thing or what, but you can't really smoke here. Like, in our casino here, like, you can't smoke, and there was so much
That was
smoke
the
everywhere,
one thing I
like
hated. It felt so dirty with like
I
we are not
know.
around cigarette smokers.
Yeah,
Like no
you
hate to
can't
those,
smoke
whatever, do
here
what
in
you want.
buildings and stuff. You can't even smoke at Disney World anymore, like, nowhere on the property.
Yeah.
Not even in
That's
the
a lot of
park.
places. There's
Yeah,
no like
there's no
smoking
designated smoking area.
places.
You have
Yeah.
to leave the park and then come back in. Like,
Yeah.
it's just ugh,
It
it's so
was
weird.
disgusting. It smelled like smoke everywhere we went.
Mhm.
I feel like all the people were rude.
The people were rude. It cost which, a lot of places cost money. I mean, we're always at Disney World. We're not, we know things are expensive,
Yeah.
but just the fact that we had to Uber 40 million times to get around the strip, it's like, I thought the strip was, like, walkable.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know.
It wasn't like I thought it. I really thought it was like New York City with the streets. Like you can easily
Yeah.
cross over from one street to the other, not 6 lanes of traffic. Like that I
Mhm.
thought was insane how far everything is.
Yeah.
We didn't know. There's people who were saying they were like where we were recording one of our TikToks talking about like the whole getting married side or whole getting married. People were saying like that's like the bad side of like Las Vegas and
I
stuff. And people were like, why
know.
were you over there? I'm like,
We
were
don't
we
know
not
where to
supposed to be over there?
go.
I
Yeah. It was
had
the
no idea.
very, very, very end of
It
the
was
strip.
old. It was like old Las Vegas or whatever it was,
It was so where we
or
had
downtown or some
brunch,
shit.
yeah, where we had brunch, that area down there was old. The Uber driver told us all this. He said that was like old Las Vegas,
Yeah,
and then we walked from
to
old
the
Las
strip.
Vegas to the strip, but it was like the beginning of the strip, and it was just
Yeah,
like it looked run down.
no, yeah, it was meh. Didn't
Yeah.
like it. Um, that old man at the freaking club.
What old man?
The old man who was waving money in my
Oh yeah, the
face.
man that tried to buy.
I
First,
don't
he
know
tried
what
to
is.
buy Tiffany, and then he was like trying to buy me, like putting money in our faces. Like
It
it
was
was weird.
absolutely
Got him thrown out.
ridiculous. Just the people were just so rude and not
Yeah.
nice. It was not a place that we enjoyed.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Like, the food was good, but not like I don't know, I think we're just, like, spoiled
I
when
don't
it
even
comes
think
to
the food
food.
was impressive. Like we had like
That
the
Chin
matcha stuff that was like meh. The
yeah,
pho was like
the pho was
meh.
not good at all. The only place that was really good was the dim sum place, and I don't know if it was just because I was so hungry.
I think it was because you're so hungry because that was still like meh. Like Virgin Voyages. I still think about the mushroom tartare. Like there's places
Mhm.
that we go to where we're obsessed with the food. There's nothing that I think was memorable about Las Vegas. Besides me winning like 14 bucks or whatever it is that I won. That
Girl,
was
you won,
memorable
like,
for me. Oh,
$34.
$34. That was memorable for me, but everything else just wasn't like,
Yeah, there's the only things that I really remember about Vegas is that I just didn't like it.
yeah.
Oh, the elevator there?
Oh yeah, the really big elevators. No, I just wasn't
It
a
was
fan
too
of it.
fast.
Not the place that
Yeah,
we're
it
about.
was not my fave experience. I told Travis, I was like, "I have no desire to come back. Um,
Nope.
I'm good."
I have no money to gamble. As far as everyone's concerned, I'm broke.
Yeah, just it was not the vibe. And again, but we didn't see any shows there.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have stuff played out, but we missed our flight
Mhm.
on Friday, and we were traveling literally the whole entire day. We didn't get to Las Vegas. We were supposed to get to Las Vegas at 2 p.m. We didn't get to Las Vegas until like midnight.
Yeah. Yeah, that was also really fun.
So that was kind of whatever. What else have we been doing?
I'm trying to think. It's
Mm,
been a minute. I'm trying to think of like January until now.
Let me look at my phone.
I love that.
We got Disney pass. Well, we had Disney passes, but we upgraded our passes,
We
so
did. We're full time annual pass
full
Disney
time, baby.
Right, annual time full.
Yeah, but now we can go on the weekends.
We can go on the weekends. We're super excited. We just started doing Disney bounding. If you guys
Mhm.
don't know what that is, Disney doesn't allow adults to wear costumes on Disney property, so you don't impersonate the character. So you can Disney bound. You wear like the colors and stuff that's
Mhm.
similar to like represent your favorite characters. We've been doing like a series with Bryce. It's been the three of us, and it's been so much fun.
Mhm.
What was our first? Oh, our first one was Peter Pan, which was
Yeah.
super, super. We hit the nail on the head with the outfits. Besides
We
people
killed
thinking
it.
that I was Cinderella, but that's besides the point.
You did not look like Cinderella.
I didn't think I
I
did
don't
either.
understand how people
Megan
thought I
was
looked like Cinderella.
Tinkerbell, Bryce was Peter Pan, and I almost said
Wendy.
Cinderella, Wendy. And then we did another one for Cinco de Mayo with one of my favorite movies, The Three Caballeros. We did Jose,
Mhm.
was it Panchito?
Panchito?
And
Donald.
Donald Duck. And that was super cute as well. And now we're trying to make plans for something in the future.
Girl, you know what we did? And I no wonder we blocked it out because we were traumatized.
Oh, the
Camping.
camping. I just saw the bonfire picture.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Talk about trauma.
I feel like I'm so biased though, because like I know I'm not an outdoors girl.
I love camping though. Like I love camping. Not camping with the camping we did.
Not the
Like
true like roughing it,
I'm
dig a
fine with that
hole.
too. I
Okay,
don't
well, I'm not fine
mind.
with that. I'm taking that porta potty squatty thing that I have everywhere I
I'm
go.
fine with that, but I've only ever gone camping in the winter,
Hmm.
but we went like in the spring. And there's a
Yeah.
huge difference, I guess. Like it was hot, it was sticky, it was dirty, there were bugs.
Yeah.
It was just not it was
And
not the
not
vibe.
just like there was bugs, like, oh, that's nature. What do you guys expect? Like, we got swarmed with carpenter ants,
Oh my god. And if
which
you don't know what a carpenter ant
they're not
is,
ants that just like are on the floor. They fly. They
and they're
fly,
big.
they bite, they hurt, they swarm.
I'm not talking, girl. We are not exaggerating. They were the ground. If you look down, looked like it was moving.
Oh my
There were so man. They were in the food. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
It was not a good
and
time.
this is on the last day too, which we had already been slumming it for a day before,
Yeah.
and we were just like, this kind of sucks. There were flies, horseshoe flies, freaking
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff flying around, and like we did pretty good the first night. Besides when the husbands got drunk and were annoying the shit out of me, but
It was
could have
no.
fucking beat them. I swear to God. And then the next night, it was just
It was uncomfortable because it was hot. Even though the first night it was cold at night because it was
yeah,
freezing.
yeah.
But it was also like super hot the next night. The bugs were making it uncomfortable. It's just
Mike snoring was making it uncomfortable.
I'm not an outdoor campy type of person now that I think of it. Like digging a hole and having to use it as bathroom, like I do it. I try not to complain. I stay very, very quiet. Like, do not ask
Mhm.
me questions when I'm camping because I'm just not trying to say anything. I'm trying to just count down the hours, seconds, minutes, whatever it is, till I get the
Mhm.
hell out of there. But yeah, that was not a fun experience. But I did think it was funny that Bryce was very upset when I told him when he was like, "I have to poop," and I was like, "You carry the poop
You
the
can
toilet, okay? You need to poop. You carry the toilet."
Yeah, Bryce had to carry his own toilet.
And
That was
he's lucky
hilarious.
that I was there because y'all wouldn't have had the toilet if
Tiffany
I
was the
wasn't there.
designated poop person. Like anytime anyone had to go to the bathroom, they called Tiffany to like
I
take
bought.
them over there. She was the poop patrol lady.
If you guys don't know, what's that place
Not
called?
for
I
the
keep
men though,
forgetting
just
it.
for the kids.
What's it called again?
The toilet?
Yeah, where I bought it from.
Amazon?
Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, oh my god.
I know we do an
I know.
Amazon
I
storefront,
was
but I
like,
don't buy
I don't
toilets
know
on
where you bought
Amazon.
the toilet from.
We went to Bass Pro Shop when Mike and I first went camping. And I saw that they had portable toilets, and I was like, I need this. Like, this is my one thing. If I get anything else for camping, is the toilet.
I never even used the toilet. Now that I'm thinking about it,
No, I think you just pop a
I
squat.
squatted, but I didn't poop. So
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm not popping a squat anywhere. I would pee on myself. I can just see it. Absolutely not. I used a little porta potty thing. It looks like a mini toilet. You just take it out, open it, do your business. But if the boys are gonna have the luxury of using the toilet, they need to carry that shit too.
I know,
And then me
and she
telling
did
Michael,
too.
I was like, "Don't you dare shit on the toilet, okay? It's clean and it's gonna stay clean.
Yeah. Oh my
Poop
god.
right in the middle, please and thank
Anytime
you."
they had to poop, Tiffany was a designated poop person to show them where the little poop hole was.
Yeah, poop hole. And apparently you have to like cover it up because like animals will come and track you
Hmm.
down with it and some psycho shit.
Girl, I know it was.
Your
It was
poop
a
might get you
very.
attacked, in case
I
y'all didn't
know
know.
it was. It was just a mess. It was, and then The fucking turkey. The husbands, every single time they thought they heard a damn turkey
Honestly, I'm disappointed for them because you know how excited
when they
they
first heard
would
that
have been
turkey.
if they caught it? We
Yeah.
would have heard about that for, like, 3 months, honestly. We would have been eating it for, like, 2 weeks, but,
Mhm.
we would have been hearing it constantly. They would have been so excited. They would have been argued as to who actually caught it first, because you know, there's 2 and there's only 1
Yeah.
turkey. Who really
Who
did
and
do
then
the
we
good
wouldn't
shot?
be there,
Yeah.
so
So
yeah.
they would have been so thrilled, but like typical, they don't catch anything,
You know
so
what I'm surprised? You know who thrived during camping? Michael.
I was about to say Luna.
Luna
Luna was in that water like, "This is the best
I
day
know.
ever!"
That was her first time, like, really swimming. That was a
Yeah.
whole like, I'm so proud of her. And
First time swimming.
but Michael really he was living his best life out
How you
there.
gonna say he thriving when he was telling us not to complain and to enjoy the moment? I could have been like, "Shut up,
That's what I'm
child."
saying, like, he was like, "You guys should stop complaining and enjoy the moment." I'm like, "Michael, shut
Yeah.
up."
Mind you, he was also the same one who didn't want to pick up sticks. And when I went camping, when I told him it was gonna be a competition, he's like, "You're gonna pick up more than me." And now he's just like living his
No,
best life
he was
camping.
like, yeah, he was making his own little fires. He was out there with the axe chopping down the
Yeah.
trees.
He
Like,
chopped that big ass tree down.
yeah, he was sleeping in the
Oh, the hammock!
he
He
slept in the
was wrapped like
hammock
a
all
little
night.
burrito.
Yeah, he was living his best life.
I forgot that he slept in the hammock.
Not the second night with the ants because we were
Yeah.
just like, absolutely not.
No, the first night they wrapped him in like the little mosquito net to protect him. So it was
Mhm.
wrapped up like a little burrito.
Yeah. No, he did great. Bryce did really good too. It was Bryce's time, like his first time actually ever camping. Like that was his first
Girl,
experience.
correct that Bryce did great because Bryce unveiled like his true personality and he low key scared me. Remember when he was like, "Do you like this leaf?" And then we'd be like,
Oh,
"Yeah," and
yeah.
he's like, "Too bad," and he would like, just like set it
Throw it
on
in the
fire.
fire.
And then he would get in the
I
stance
know.
and he would just be like,
Yeah, he's
"Arr!"
I'll have to like see if I could post some photos, but Bryce was like, "I'll hear the fire."
You
He's
know,
like,
it's
"Ah!"
oh, it terrified me, man.
I was like it was like it kind of reminded me of like a person who was just like stranded on an island for like 14 days and finally made a fire and that face where it's just like ah!
He was
Like
so proud of himself.
I was Bryce. I was a little scared. I was like, "Oh, calm down."
No, he
You
really, I
scaring
think he
mommy.
just like dove in head first, and then he was when he saw Michael cutting down, he's like, "I need a knife to cut the trees down," and we were like,
He was
"Absolutely not."
obsessed with like setting things on fire and like
He went from
just
like 6 to 60 real quick.
I know. He turned them like a little pyro. It was just like,
No.
ooh, watch out for this one.
And it wasn't even like he was just enjoying the fire. He was telling you, like, "Do you love this? Like, does this leaf mean something to you?" And he was like, "Too bad."
I was like, okay. Okay, we're gonna have
Cracked
to
me up,
keep
man.
a keep an eye open around this one. Yeah, it was fun. It was an experience, but it was definitely ready to leave. Like the second night when all the
Yeah.
carpenter ants came, because I guess like what we didn't know was they're so the first night it was cold and the carpenter ants weren't out. The bugs don't like smoke, they don't like fire. So we had a lot of lights, a lot of tiki torches and everything, and the bugs were staying away. But I guess it's the opposite for carpenter ants. Like they love fire and they love warmth. And then the second night was a lot warmer. So I guess they had like come out.
And they love dead trees, and Michael had just cut out down that
Yeah.
big ass tree, so they had now food, they had the
Yeah.
fire, like, they had
They
the
were it was
perfect
their
climate.
camping,
Yeah,
like,
they
they
had the
loved it.
perfect climate with us. Michael gave them a treat, we gave them more
Mhm.
treats, and they just swarmed the whole entire area.
Luckily, our camp, like, where we had the tents was far from the fire and all that, so
Yeah.
when we retreated, because it just got to the point where Bryce was screaming because there was ants on him and there were
Yeah.
ants on me, and so we were just like, "Peace," and we
Absolutely
dipped.
not,
I was like,
yeah.
"Absolutely not. No, we're gonna go in here," and because I didn't want we could have toughed it out, but I didn't wanna traumatize him from, like, ever not wanting to go camping again.
Yeah. Did you see, like, how much Travis and Mike got bit? Like,
Yeah.
that could have been us if we
And
woulda
the
stayed out there.
ticks?
Oh, yeah. I
Girl.
forgot about
I'm talking
that.
about trauma, like, trauma. Dude, the ticks. That yeah, we had
Man, I blacked out the whole entire tick. Like, I
yeah,
didn't even remember. We all got ticks, first of all.
every single one of
I
us got ticks,
completely
including the
forgot.
dog.
Including the dog. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about all this.
I've never been bit by a tick before. Mind you, it's tick season in the spring. I've only been camping in the winter, so I never even had to worry about ticks.
You've never got bitten by a tick before?
No, girl, I don't
I like
camp
how
during
my
the
first camping
spring.
experience, I got a tick, and now every time that I've been camping, apparently I've gotten ticks.
I did get a tick. We were in the tent and, mind you, we were all ready for bed at like 8 o'clock because we were over the ants. So we all went in there and we all had to take our clothes off because, the ants were swarming us. So we left all the clothes and stuff outside.
Yeah, I saw a tick on Michael immediately. That's when we started checking it because when
Yeah.
Michael like turned over, and I was like, "What's moving on you?" And I was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah. I had one on me, on my boob.
I love that for you.
Bryce had the first time I checked Bryce, I think he had two when we took him off.
Mhm.
Travis had a few on him and I popped him off. And then the next day, you're like, oh, you have to check again.
Yeah,
Bryce had, when I took him,
you were outside.
well, yeah, when we got home,
Mhm.
um, we checked again. Everyone stripped down before we went in the house. Bryce had three on his leg.
Mhm.
And then I checked him everywhere. And then he went to school. And then the next day, he had more. And I'm like, where the fuck are these coming
They
from?
just
Because
like hide and then come
yeah,
back
and then they
out.
come out, and I'm like, "I fucking checked here." Girl, he had him on
My favorite part is we
his
were
area.
making jokes because the men were like, haha, check you for ticks, whatever, it's not a big deal. And I needed to be thoroughly checked. And I was like, you need to thoroughly check me because you don't know where they'll show up. That's what I said. You don't know where they'll show
Mhm.
up. And we were making little jokes and being all funsies, all checking each
Check your
other.
dick. Check your dick.
Trying to have couples check each other's for ticks while you're butt naked in front of each other and the
Mhm.
men don't think anything of it. And I was like, I'm noticing something somewhere. And how is it that it wasn't Michael, right? Michael was the only one who didn't have one down there?
Michael didn't have one
Okay,
down
so
there.
the 3 of them
Well,
had
it started with Mike. Like, you were
yes.
making fun of Mike, and you were like you texted the group chat. You were like, "Mike has a tick on his dick."
I was so
And then
it was
we
hysterical.
all went in making fun of Mike so hard. And then because Travis was at work, and then 2 hours later,
Mike was like or Travis was like,
Travis joined.
"Damn."
Travis is like, "Damn, I had one on my dick too." And then I was like, "Oh no,
That's when
like
you got
I
concerned.
have
We're
to
like, "We're
check
gonna
the
have to check the
kids."
kids." And I told Megan, I was
And
like,
I'm
"Good luck with
like,
the mom."
"Oh my god." I was like, "That is something that like a mother should not have to do." I have a teenage son. Like Bryce, it's like whatever. He's 6. Girl, I have a teenage son. Like there's already things that
Yeah,
I've
you gotta just
changed.
comb through
Girl,
things and
it was already traumatizing enough, like with the leg breaking and us having to put his thing in the cup so he could pee when he was under anesthesia. It was a whole thing. Bryce had 2 down there, which I felt
Bryce
so
had me
bad.
dying because you're trying to see. I'm trying to put the flashlight on you. You're trying to like get a good angle and a good hold, and he's
First of
like,
all, it's like right in
ah!
my face, and I'm like, and I don't have a thing down there, obviously, so I don't know like how sensitive, how painful
No,
it
I have
is.
no idea
I'm
either.
going in there with tweezers, and I'm like, and mind you, these ticks are so tiny.
Tiny.
I'm like, I'm
And
so afraid I'm gonna pinch his
they're
skin
holding on tightly, and so
for
you also
dear
have to like
life.
pull and be gentle and hope that he doesn't move so make it doesn't pinch like the
His
wrong
skin, or
area.
oh my god, it
And
was
I'm here like
terrifying.
respecting privacy while flashing the light and trying not to die because this whole
Yeah,
experience is also kind of really funny to go through.
I know, we're all laughing, and I'm like, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
and then Bryce is also trying to look while you're trying to
I
do
know,
it,
he's
so it's
like,
like two heads looking.
and I'm like, "Can you fucking stay still?" I had to go in there with tweezers, hold the girl, I got it, let's just say that. He had 2 down there, and we were checking for ticks for, like, days.
No, for real. I think that made me so
Girl, I had to look in areas of
paranoid.
myself that I should have never looked. I had mirrors, and I was in
I'm telling you,
positions.
like 3 times a day, I was like, I need to check my butthole
Found out
just
I
in
had
case.
found out I had a hemorrhoid that, like, I didn't even know what a hemorrhoid was.
I
And I'm
forgot
texting
about that. You saw
Tiffany,
that in the
and
mirror.
I'm like, "What does a hemorrhoid look like?" Girl, I had to check area. This is probably
I know,
TMI,
and I'm over
but
here explaining to you what a hemorrhoid looks like. You're like, yup, I got one.
I was like, "Damn, I didn't even know what that was." Girl, it was, oh god, it was traumatizing. And then I had to check Michael, and I'm just like, Jesus. Luckily, he didn't have anything, and I told him, and I was like, "You're gonna have to check yourself because I'm gonna do a quick
No.
skim. I'm gonna do my best, but you're also gonna have to."
My favorite part when he was
Oh
asking, he was
god,
like, "Where did Daddy get it?" And I'm here trying to like find the like correct terms because I really don't know how to explain like where of what part, like to have him look and stuff. It was a struggle.
I know.
And I'm just like, just
It
double check
was
everywhere.
terrible. Like, luckily, I only had the one, and I think it's because I stayed covered up. Like, I was in the same shirt for all 3 days,
Mhm.
and because we had got there on a Friday during the day, and then we left
Left on Sunday.
Sunday. So I was in the same shirt the entire time. because I was like, I know it's already got the bug spray on it.
No, for
And
real.
it was already dirty and gross. And I was like, well, maybe they don't like dirty and gross. And it was long sleeves and it was like high up on the neck. And I was just like, whatever. Like, I'm already disgusting. Like, I'm not going to dirty up any more clothes. We all stink. I'm just going to keep the stank going. I don't know.
I was so goddamn paranoid with how many birthmarks I have on myself. I was
Mhm.
scratching every single one of them. I was like, birthmark a tick, birthmark
Yeah.
a tick. And then some of my birthmarks are like a little bit highly raised, so then I was scratching even harder.
I
And I was
know.
like,
I made
can't
myself
tell.
bleed a couple times because, like, especially like this one, I was like, you're a tick.
Yeah, I can't like,
And I'm like, no, you're not.
and like some are super tiny that I'm like, I really
Mhm.
can't tell. And then even after that, I think it was like a week later, like I was finding these little beetles around the house, and I was like, oh, there's like cute little like blue grayish beetles around the house, and I'm like, how do they keep getting in the house? I've never seen these beetles a day in my life, and they're like
Mhm.
humongous. And I was just throwing them out, and then one time I'm like looking at Luna, and I'm like,
Luna's her dog.
yes. Yes, it's my dog. I keep forgetting. I feel like people know. I'm like looking at her, and I was like, she has a blue beetle on her. And I'm like, the blue beetles only has like the head on her. And I'm like, oh shit. Because we all had little tiny, teeny tiny
Yeah.
brown ticks on us. Mind you, little teeny tiny brown ticks. Looks like a sesame seed, but
Mhm.
brown. Luna had like the bluish gray one that looked like a beetle. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like telling Mike he needs to go check her. And he's like, yep, it's a tick. And I'm like, I don't get like, how does she get different ticks? Guys, these tiny little ticks turn to like beetle looking things when they suck a lot of blood.
And
I
then
like
they like
Googled.
jump off, right?
Yeah, they like jump off and they like die or do whatever they do. I don't know. I didn't ask what
Mhm.
they do. But they get humongous. And apparently they've been like sucking on Luna for so long that they were getting super big. So we had to check her and she had a bunch on her and we were like freaking out. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Ugh.
And then I'm over here researching because you know some ticks can be dangerous. They have the Lyme
Lyme
disease on
disease.
them.
Mhm.
And do you know what type of ticks we got, guys? Because I did research. Remember what type of ticks we got?
I know the deer ticks are the ones that carry the Lyme disease.
Yeah, we didn't get deer ticks. We got fucking turkey ticks.
Not the turkey.
That's what we got was turkey ticks.
Oh.
They have another name for them, and I can't remember what it is, but they're turkey ticks. Then I knew it was a fucking sign when we saw those goddamn turkeys.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got turkey ticks.
So the husbands did get turkeys.
Turkey ticks, they're not dangerous. They're really common in Florida in our area.
Mhm.
We double checked.
It was the reason why they were so tiny too is because it was the beginning of tick season. Like,
Yeah.
it had just started when we had got out there.
But it was insane. Did not recommend it. The beetles were
Ugh, it's
terrifying to take
terrible.
off of her. I'm sure she was traumatized trying to deal with that too.
You said she was pissed too.
Well, yeah, because they were on her big. Like you have to fight to take them off her, which you know she was not a fan of. But yeah, that was the whole family got ticks. Now that I think of it, including the dog.
We all did. Freaking terrible, man.
Cleared it out. You know, several months later, we're tick free. Luckily,
I
I keep checking every
know.
now and then because you
No,
never know.
seriously, me too. I'm like, maybe we should do another check.
I know.
Oh God.
It was terrifying.
Awful. Yeah, a lot of the clothing and stuff, I just like tossed. I was like, fuck this shit. Kept a lot of the stuff in the garage for like weeks. I was like, I
Yeah.
need to make sure this shit is off. I had to do like a deep clean of my washing machine.
Yeah,
like
clean everything out to make
I
sure
was
everything was good.
terrified.
And Blue Brian wasn't joking when he said check me for ticks because it was Blue Brian, right?
No.
it wasn't. It was
Brad Paisley.
damn it! Damn it!
It's so
I was
embarrassing.
trying to go through the songs in my head. Girl, I was gonna say Thomas Redneck, so
Girl, depending on how nice you are to me, I may edit that out. But
okay. Guys, I'm not good with artist names.
No, I'm not going
This
to.
was not gonna be the first or the last time. I'm so sorry. I still can't tell. I still can't tell Aerosmith from AC/DC. So
That is true.
it is what it is.
Sometimes if I hear her and like talking about something, I'll be like, "Hey, Tiffany, what that reference he's referring to is Monsters Inc." And she'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's that Monsters Inc." And he thinks that she
No,
gets
I was
it.
scared because I was like, I don't know if she's helping me or
It
hurting
was
me.
Zoolander was the last one.
No, it was
We did a Zoolander one. I was like, that was Zoolander.
the
Oh, Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. That's
I was like,
what it
Tiffany, that reference is Dodgeball.
I can never freaking catch it. Y'all be saying stuff, and then I see all of you guys like laugh together, and I'm just like,
That's why I'm like, girls, it's Dodgeball.
I don't know. It's just I don't keep track of that. My brain can only hold something. I'm holding 2 languages in my head, guys. Keep that in mind. Y'all are only holding 1 language, so it's a struggle. I can't remember names or references or anything like that.
Listen, sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
We also went to a giant mansion house.
Which 10 out of 10 was super fun. Highly
I
recommend.
wish we had more time. Oh my God. We stayed at this house. It was board game themed. They had 2 properties, 13 bedrooms.
The Great Escape, if you guys are looking for it, it's in Claremont.
Claremont, which is near Orlando.
Yes.
It sleeps 43 people.
Yes.
It was humongous. It had a pool, it had, like, a huge outdoor
An
area.
escape
It had
room.
an escape room built in, which we lost,
I
but
know.
that was besides the point.
It was a
We
lot of
almost
fun.
got it, but it was
Yeah.
a lot of fun,
We only yelled at each other like once or twice. It was when Travis was like, "Turn off all the lights!"
I know. Turn off all and then, like, we just girl, don't even get me started. Bryce was a little I was more focused on Bryce. Bryce was
Bryce
very
genuinely thought we were not gonna
I
escape out of the
know.
room.
He was well, I mean, there was a chance we weren't, and the lady said, if you can't figure it out,
Crawl through
you
the
have to crawl through
window.
the window." I mean, it is what it is, which is fine, but Bryce was very concerned with the fact that the door was locked, and so I'm trying to, like, show him, like, "We are gonna get out,
Yeah.
like, look, we are finding clues," and, like, I was kinda trying to distract him with, like, the keys we would find, like, "Yeah, go open this
That was
one,"
his
and
first escape room,
it
though.
was, and I think he took it very literally,
Yeah.
like,
He didn't
"You
know
have to
what an
escape."
escape room meant, not understanding that it was technically like a in life board game, more like
Yeah.
a, "Are we stuck in here
Like, why would
forever?"
my mom lock me in this room?
Yeah.
So
I feel like if we would have brought snacks inside, he wouldn't have been as scared. But we like left
he
all
would
the
have been
snacks in the
scared, but also
kitchen.
full.
We had 2 beds and a bathroom in the escape room. We would have been fine for a few
Yeah,
hours.
even if we had to,
Get stuck.
but what was scary though is we didn't have any signal in that part of the house, so
Oh, that's true. That's so funny.
no, we were fine. Like it was a good time.
It was. It was a lot of fun. There was
It
so much to
was.
do.
I wish we had more time. Like they had a giant foosball thing outside that we all played. They had giant chess. Actually the whole house, which we didn't do, was giant Monopoly,
Mhm. Yeah,
which would
I
have
wish
been
we
really
would have
fun.
figured out how that was.
Mhm.
The cool concept about this house is it had literally everything for everyone. At the top, it had like second floor, it had like pinball machines. It had
Giant
giant
operation.
operation. It had like a little laser game room thing. And then if you didn't
Yeah.
want to do any of that, it had outdoor stuff. There was a pool,
Mhm.
there was a lazy river, there was um there was that outdoor floaty thing that we didn't get to do, but that was like a little game
Like the
experience.
bounce house type thing.
Hmm.
The boys did it.
Yeah.
They said it was fun.
They even had kayaks and paddle boards if you
Yeah.
did want to go on
If
the
you wanna
lake
go
and
on the
stuff.
lake. Yeah, Michael's room was super cool. I think that room was probably my favorite. His was actually like laser tag. It was a game.
Yeah.
Like, you would turn the fog on, you would turn the lights off, and
Not laser tag. It's
it was like a laser where,
like a
like
spy thing where you
yeah,
like
you had
can't
to,
let the
like you
lasers
can't
touch
yeah,
you.
you would have to, like, dive over, and it would make a noise, like, if you would hit a laser.
I know it cracked me as soon as you got there and your butt touched it, it's like
I know.
beep.
It was cool though. Then you had to like go through the room and like hit the button when you
Mhm.
went through. It was super cool. They had a game show too,
Yeah.
remember? Then you could do karaoke. They had a giant, which we didn't do because they were $20 a piece if you broke one. They had a giant light bright in there.
I know you were so excited
I
for it, and then you
know.
read that and you're like, "We're
I was
not
like, we're
telling
not
the
touching
kids."
it. It was a really they had a movie theater in there.
The movie theater was honestly my favorite part. How
Hmm.
cold and dark it
And
was.
the seats reclined all the way back,
You
which
could
was
just
really
take a nap
cool.
there. Like for those who like to sleep during movies, me,
Yeah, it was
that would
ideal.
have been awesome. That would have been
Yeah.
super cool.
They had, an outdoor kitchen, which was beautiful.
Mhm.
It was great. Hammocks, they had a fire pit, like, we didn't really get to utilize again, we only stayed I think we got there at, like, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we had to leave at 10 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
but it was a good time. I would definitely do that again. I would love to see the other property. Um, yeah, all your favorite board games were there, plus they had every single board game if that wasn't enough for you,
Yeah, they
there.
had more games. If you didn't want to do the actual games or the outdoor stuff with a million other things they have to offer, they had like a little chest with actual board
Every
games.
single board game you could ever imagine in there.
It was awesome. Super
Yeah.
cool. They even had board games in every single room, like on the walls. Like
Mhm.
in operation, they had all the different operations. I only thought there was one. There's like several
Yep.
that you could try out and stuff like that. So I thought that was super cool.
They had, they had, like, the World
Oh
Guinness
yeah, the World Guinness records for like the
the word
largest word
search,
search.
and then you could actually do it on the wall,
Yeah.
which was pretty
There was
cool.
words there that I could have sworn they were made up. It's just the way the spelling, I didn't even know how to say it. And I was like, I don't know about that,
Mm.
but that was super cool.
Mhm.
You could have been all day trying to figure that out. That would be fun to do like a competition style, like who can find the most words type of thing.
Mhm.
But ooh, excuse me, I just burped in the microphone.
Imma edit that out. What else did we do? Soccer ended. I don't know if we touched on that. Michael hasn't been in soccer in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look through our photos and see. We've been to Disney a bunch. Oh,
Yeah.
we did a family trip to Disney.
Yes. Family trip to
We were
Disney, all
all
6 of
6 of us
us.
were hosted by Disney, which was really cool.
Mhm.
We got to stay at the French Quarter at New Port
It
Orleans.
was the first time we ever I mean, we've all gone to Disney at separate times, but the first time
Mhm.
we all went together, which I thought was super cool. We
Yeah.
all had matching blended family shirts.
We did. They gifted Bryce and Michael these backpacks that had a bunch of stuff in it, and Bryce got super obsessed with the autograph book, which, by the way, I need to grab that from
I
you.
do, I have it. I have it
It's
in the
been at
room.
Tiffany's house ever since
No.
then, so we haven't gotten any autographs, and
It
every
has
single
a
time we go to
it has
Disney.
Mierda's
Yeah.
signature,
Mierda.
and then it has Megan's signature. Because Megan decided to sign it too because she's famous as well.
Listen, he's only got one signature in there, and I
No,
think
I
he's
think
got
he has Pluto.
Pluto. Yeah. But yeah, so when Tiffany and I renewed our Disney passes, because there was a day where you could upgrade, because since COVID, the passes were kind of put on hold.
Yeah,
Like that's why Tiffany and I only had the weekday passes, because there was no other pass available.
yeah.
So they opened up the passes for the first time in 3 years, and we got to upgrade to the Pirate Pass, which is we can go on the weekends, and we got Bryce
A
a
pass as
Pirate
well.
Pass. Yeah.
Yes. Michael does not like Disney, so
hmm
we don't take Michael and be forcing him more than anything.
Yeah, he complains the entire time. He just want if we go to like a hotel or we do like a Disney thing like we did with all 6 of us, of course he would go,
Yeah.
but he just doesn't enjoy rides. He doesn't enjoy waiting.
Yeah.
He's very impatient. He'd
He's
rather
not a
just be at the
ride
hotel.
person. He doesn't get like the adrenaline rush. He just yeah,
He doesn't want to be
He
there.
enjoys like the pools. He enjoys like the food, like trying out the new
Mhm.
foods and stuff like that. But he definitely doesn't like want to pass or anything. So we do other stuff with him instead.
Yeah, and if he ever does want to go, I mean, of course, either I'd buy him a ticket or my aunt works for Disney, so she could get him in.
I'm really hoping as he becomes a teenager that he like starts liking like maybe trying out like Universal. Like I think
Yeah, I
that's
would love to take
so
him to
much fun.
Universal.
You can also get annual passes at Universal.
Girl, there is no way in hell Travis would let me get a Universal
But it'd be cool if
pass.
he like did it as Harry Potter World. He loves Harry Potter, so I think that'd be a cute thing
Yeah.
for him to like have. Like Bryce has Disney and Michael can have Universal.
Mhm.
Because I know he's around that age where he's gonna start changing. He didn't like the water parks or the slides, and he's slowly starting to love them. So maybe he'll start like being a little more adventurous, trying out the rides and stuff like that. Seeing that they're not scary and seeing that they're more like fun and thrilling. So
Yeah, we bought the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts game that just came. Well, it came out for PS5 a while ago. It just came out for PS4 last week, and we bought it, and we've been playing it. Girl, tell me. So Bryce yesterday, we talked about this in a previous podcast, but Bryce had his blanket thing that we were trying to wean off of, and we were talking about like attachment
yeah.
things and stuff. Well, we're like legit trying to. I took the blanket, okay, and I hid it in my bedroom. So I wanted to distract him, and so we don't let them play video games during the week, but I was like, whatever, like we can play Hogwarts. Plus school's ending and whatever. So we played Hogwarts, and Bryce wanted to start his own game because tell me how I bought this game for myself. Ask me how much I've played of that game.
Nothing.
I've played maybe about 10 minutes.
It's still your character that's playing though, right?
Correct.
Because Bryce's new thing now is it's Megan Potter. That's all he's been saying.
I
Megan
know.
Potter.
Well, I wanted to name oh my god, I wanted to name my character something funny. Like, I'm very immature, obviously, and I was like, I should name her like
What?
Megan Poopy Pants. And Michael's like, that's not funny. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, fine. Then I'll do Potter. I don't know what I'm not gonna put Megan Storts. Like, I don't know.
He had me dying. He's like,
He's like,
"Mommy,
Megan
it's Megan
Potter.
Potter."
So he's like, can I make my own character yesterday? And girl, I told you my character has acne, right? That's a whole
I was
business.
hoping you were gonna say that because I wanted to bring it up and be like, when Megan gets to create her own character, she decides to
know.
add freaking acne to her character.
I admit it
because,
on accident. So okay,
a
so
true teenager.
no, it was I meant to add freckles. I'm blind. Like I cannot see. Okay. I cannot see. So and mind you, even when I'm playing the game, I'm like, guys, what does that say? Like, can you read that to me?
I can't talk shit because we're all
I
the same people when we're looking
know.
for your car at Disney. We're like, I don't
Is
know, is
that
that
my
it?
girl? I cannot see. So I'm like sitting looking at the game and I'm like squinting, and it said I read face texture, and I thought you could. So it's like a spectrum, and you just move the thing across, and like different things pop up, or you can make them like more
Bro,
intense
are
or
you giving
not.
your character cystic acne?
Ask me. No, so like I saw like little dots appearing on the
Uh-huh.
face, and I was like, oh, so I'm gonna make them more intense. So because I can't see, so I couldn't see like how intense they were, and I thought it was freckles. girl, until she did the profile view and they were raised off her face. And I was like, oh shit, I think I gave my character
That's
acne.
so
I
acne.
know. I'm like, goddamn, whatever. That's besides the point. So Bryce was like, can I make my own character? And mind you, I bought this game for me to play because I haven't played a video game in a hot minute. The kids have like taken it over.
Love
I
that.
give them like one task. They're like, oh, can I fight this character? I'm like, yeah, sure. Here. And then Bryce is like, oh, can I do that? Because you have to like learn spells and go to class and stuff. And Bryce is like, can I go to the classes? And I'm like, yeah, I bought this so we could all play it together or whatever. Girl, I got to play maybe 10 minutes. We're at level like 15 on my character. We've been playing for hours and
I think
yeah.
you're gonna have to stop him from doing that because he was trying to cast a spell on me the other day too. So I don't know what he said.
I'll tell you which one. Do you remember which one it was?
It was the fire one. That's all I know.
Which one is the fire one?
Oh,
Again,
see,
they'll ask me to do stuff and
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
you do
He
know
just
I
went
didn't
up,
really get to play, right?
went up to my face and was like, blah 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 blah, and I was like, what the hell?
I know
are you doing?
Accio is like the move forward.
No, it was the fire one because he told me he was like, it's fire.
Ascenio or something like that. Like
You're telling me like if I have an idea. I'm not, just like I told him. I don't play the game, so I don't fucking know.
I know he'll say something like because I'll finally take the controller back and he'll be like, "Mommy, you're supposed to blah 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 blah. Go do that." And I'm like, I don't know how to play. You guys have been playing. I've just been sitting here. It's supposed to be my game.
It just tell me how he can learn these games. He can tell you how to do this. He can tell you how to drive, but we're not going to get into that today because we don't have enough time. We'll get into that. I'm going to add that to my list. But he can't put his pajama shirt on.
Are we talking about Michael or Bryce?
Talking about Bryce.
Oh.
He can like tell you how to like play the game, how to do this
I
right. He
know.
can like unlock a phone and work through it like a freaking champ. Video games like maneuvers it like a
Mhm.
he can. We don't even have to play easy on him on the video games. Like he can handle himself on the video games, but he can't put on a pajama shirt on. Like it gets me.
Yeah, so he goes, he's like, "Can I make my own character?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Just start your own game, so then maybe I can have a chance to play
Yeah.
on mine." Which that's what I'm doing today when I get home.
But
is
you
I'm
guys
playing.
can play at the same time, right?
No, it's a one-player game.
Okay.
Like we can have it like on the same account where like I have mine, then he'll have his own character where he can go, which won't mess with mine. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So it's like game saved.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he started his own, and he goes, "Mommy, I'm gonna be Slytherin," and I was like, "Why do you want to be Slytherin?"
I knew it. I knew it.
He's like, "Because he's evil." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm gonna be Draco." He's like, "I'm gonna be Malfoy." And then he's like, because you have to put a first and last name. And he's like, "Mommy, how you spell Malfoy?" I was like, so I spell it. And he goes, "What's Malfoy's last name?" And I was like,
That is.
"It's Malfoy." He's like, "Wow, thanks a lot, Mommy. What's his first name?" And so he made his character look like Malfoy. And he's just like, because you can be like mean. And so the game has 3 different endings. So you can play it quite a few times. There's 4 different houses, and each house you get to do different things, and like certain houses get to go into different points of the game. Like if
Mhm.
you're Hufflepuff, you get to go into, which I picked Hufflepuff. You get to go into Azkaban. Like Slytherin, you get to go into the Chamber of Secrets, and the
Okay.
other houses don't get to do that.
Different experiences.
Yeah, and then there's 3 endings to the game. So, but you get to choose, like when you go up to people, you get to like be nice or you get to be mean, or there's some that are like neutral.
Damn.
And I think if you're like a mixture of nice and mean, it has one ending. This is just what I'm gathering. Mind you, we're only
Yeah.
like maybe halfway through the game. And then nice, there's a different ending, and then mean. Girls, tell me how I was trying to be nice on my account. And then the kids took over. So now mine's gonna be like the nice and
Half
mean one.
mean,
And
yeah.
Bryce is just like, I wanna be evil. I'm like, should I be concerned?
I honestly would be concerned with that child.
I'm like,
First the fire, now he wants to
I
be
know.
Malfoy.
And I'm like, I am
You know,
concerned.
now that I think of it, I am gonna have to sign the birth certificate because you know that Malfoy's my favorite
I know
character.
Tiffany is a Slytherin. Tiffany is a Slytherin in the game. I'm a Ravenclaw. Like we got our houses done, and it's funny because all the men are Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
But you are a Slytherin,
Knew
and
it.
he's like,
I love
he's-
Draco
he looked at me
Malfoy.
dead in the face and was like, "I want to be evil," and I'm like, okay. I'm like why?
Oh, that child's my
I'm
favorite.
like, you have
sometimes.
other options. I swear. I'm like, you can be nice. He's like, "No, I'm gonna be evil." I'm like,
I love that.
okay, whatever.
That is too funny.
So that's what we're going through at my house.
That's hysterical.
And everything is just like, he puts spells on me too. And I'm like, oh
That's
my
why
God.
he did it to me. I didn't know if he was like throwing like a hex at me or something because I was like trying to dodge his hands. Like,
No,
what are you doing?
we're balls deep in the Harry Potter right now. Like that's all we're doing. That's all we're talking about. Like,
Who child?
I'm gonna have to try to get us tickets because we went to Harry Potter World, but Bryce's was too tiny to ride any rides, so we didn't get to ride anything.
Trying to
So
think of what he can really ride.
we did the train that takes you from the
Okay.
one park to the other, and that's literally it.
we're gonna have to resize him to see what height
Mhm.
he is now, to see what he can do now on any theme park that we go to. Because the last time we went on, oh, it was the Disney World. We did it together. He was like so close to being able to do everything. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping within the last few months that he's had a growth spurt, and he can probably do everything with us at this
Yeah,
point.
he's 6 now. He just turned 6 in April. So, yeah, we're very, very, very into the Harry Potter right now. And that game is a lot of fun. So if you guys are looking for a game and you like adventure style, it's not that hard either. There are a lot of like it's more like using your brain in puzzles than like completely fighting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I don't like games where it's just like you gotta fight everything and because I'm not very good at that.
Sometimes
It's
I
a
like
lot of
fighting games,
puzzles.
but it also gives me like a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's good.
anxiety.
I think you would like it. I think you would like it a lot. Because I think that you and I like the same kind of games. And I knew I would really like it because my stepmom really liked it, and
Mhm.
she's not big into like the super gory fighting games and
Yeah.
stuff that the guys are into.
Yeah,
So,
no, it stresses me out, especially when you do like partner games and like
and
you
like
have
the
to have
shooting where you have to like aim a lot, like it pisses me off.
aiming, first of all, sucks. I don't
Yeah,
know how to like straighten the gun, like
that's
in the
exactly how
yeah,
I
like
am
I
too.
struggle with that. And then I struggle when people are like, have my back, and I'm like, I don't even know where you are.
Yeah.
And then because
Which
I
one are you? Who? What do you
yeah,
look like?
so I was playing, I don't know what game I was playing with Mike, but I was playing with Mike and I was shooting him because I can't tell who's bad and who's good. Cause like it's
Yeah.
not like it shows it there. You have to look at like the map with the circle to see like who's red to shoot.
You have
And
to turn the friendly fire on, so if I shoot you, it doesn't do anything to you.
yeah, and then like I'll keep shooting, and Mike is like, "You're not shooting anything. You ran out of bullets." And I'm like, "How do I get more bullets?" Like, and then you have to like switch guns or switch things, and I'm
Mhm.
like, "You have to press 6 different buttons, and I'm only working with 2 thumbs."
I know. It's and then you have to do like the multiple like
And it's intense, like the whole entire time. It's super
combo
intense.
things. It's just too stressful for me. I like ones. I mean, you do have to like you have your magic and you have to go fight people. But and sometimes it's like multiple combos things like you have to do, but it's easy to learn, which is what I like. Like they teach you how to do it and they teach even me, I'm old and I don't play a lot of video games, but I'm able to like figure out how to, you
Do
know,
spells or cast spells.
hold R2 down, figure out which spell I want to do, and then hold the guy up and then, shoot him with the different thing. It's a lot easier
Yeah.
and it's easy to learn and it's fun. It's not just shooting. It's not like Call of Duty where it's just
Yeah.
shooting the entire time. It's
I've
a
never played that.
storyline. The one where I'm at right now, it's like a puzzle. I mean, it is a little difficult, and I had to use the Google a couple times because I was just like,
I
I don't,
had to use the
I don't.
Google.
Usually, Michael's there with me, and Michael's really good, but I had to use the Google because Bryce and I were just not figuring it out.
Yeah.
It's a puzzle. Like you have to do like one thing to get one thing open, then you have to go on the other side and like figure out something so this will like help that side. Then you have to go over there and then figure that out, and
Those are
then the
my
two
favorite
work
parts to
together.
like problem solve
Yeah,
things. I really do like doing that because I feel like now obviously it's a challenge, but I'm like,
yeah,
"Damn, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get
yeah.
this," because I'm so anti looking for the answers or looking for help on Google. I was like, I'm
hmm
gonna figure this out, and I'm like, that was so
I did.
easy.
I figured out the majority of it, but then it was like 9:30 at night, and I was like, we gotta start going to bed soon.
Yeah.
So I figured it out, and I wanted to make sure that we were on the right track because I was like,
Mhm.
how much more of this? Do I have time to finish it all? Do I not? I know what to do now. So when I go home tonight to play, it's gonna take a minute to do it all, but I know what to
It's the
do.
when I go home tonight, like I already have plans
I
tonight.
do. I told you that's why I couldn't go out with you and your mom when she got divorced because I was like,
Megan has very
I
special
know. I was like,
plans.
I cannot go out. I'm like, I'm
Megan
going to
Pata is
Hogwarts.
busy.
Prepubescent Megan Pata.
I love that. Oh yeah.
Her hormonal acne is tonight. Oh, no, I didn't know what to name her. I tried to give her blonde hair to look like me, but they just didn't have like the right blonde. I don't know.
The right blonde. Sorry, they don't go through hair treatments like
I
you do.
know.
All right, well, we're gonna have to finish up. We got a
Mm-hmm.
minute left, and we gotta head out. We're doing
Spa day.
a spa day.
Yep.
So I'm very very excited.
Stay tuned for episode 2, and we'll catch y'all. Oh shit!
What?
We didn't talk about our new segment.
Oh, we're having this new segment coming.
Yes. Email us if you want advice on anything that's completely anonymous from linedtobesties@gmail.com.
Yes, the segment's gonna be called "I Need a Bestie." You guys need a friend to talk to or vent to. We are
Mhm.
gonna be those girlfriends to talk.
Yep, we can help you because we get asked for advice all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just email us from blendedtobesties@gmail.com. It'll all be anonymous.
Yep. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.